Hello and welcome to Hamer Reviews. My name is Christopher Hamer and today I'm going to talk you through how to buy the right portable charger for you. It's a piece of advice I get asked for quite often. As we've become more and more dependent on our digital devices, we obviously want to make sure they're always charged, and as a result, portable chargers are incredibly popular. But there's so many on the market, it can be hard to know which to buy. You have so many different brands, so many different types, capacities, outputs, inputs, that I thought it would be interesting just to quickly go through my advice on how to buy one, what to look out for, and what to avoid. Just to give you a quick overview, we've got a couple of chargers here. We've got one by Imuto, we've got two by Anker, this one here and this one here. We've got one by Belkin, one by Signet, which is the Charger Pro that I've actually done a video about already. The link's above. And then we also have this unbranded one, which is kind of special, and we'll go through that later. So, when I say advice, I just want to talk you through basically how to choose one. The thing you really need to keep in mind is what is it you're going to use it for? Are you going to be charging a laptop? Are you going to be charging your phone, a tablet, a camera? These are all important considerations. If you're going to be charging a phone, then the capacity you should look for is around 10,000 milliamp hours. It'll give you 1 to 2 charges and will keep your phone nicely topped up during the day. If you're charging a laptop, then you're going to need to look out for something much larger. At least 20,000 milliamp hours will at least give you a little bit of extra capacity, though it will not charge your battery all the way up. The second thing to keep in mind is inputs. That is how you charge your charger. I think it's important because cheaper chargers use micro USB. Micro USB was fine 5 years ago, but the truth is that it's becoming less and less popular. As a result, you're less likely to have micro USB cables at home. Thus, if you come to charge this charger, you might need to try and find the cable it came with, might be quite cumbersome, then you're less likely to use it, at which point these become useless. The more popular input is USB-C nowadays. That's the charger that you probably have on your phone, unless you have an iPhone, in which case it's Lightning. USB-C is a great charging technology, or other cable technology. It has something called USB-C power delivery, which will allow you to charge your charger very quickly, but also charge your devices quickly. And that takes us on to outputs. Outputs are a little easier. For the most part, it's USB-A, though you again need to keep an eye out for which technologies they're using. There's, for instance, Qualcomm's Quick Charge, which is something Signet uses. Then Anker uses IQ charging technology, which is very similar to that quick charge technology. And then, as I mentioned, you have USB-C power delivery as well, and that is over the USB-C connection, and it will charge your device very quickly if you have a compatible cable and device. Lastly, and that's why we have this rather odd charger on the table, we have wireless charging. Wireless charging isn't very popular from a portable charger standpoint yet. I think it's becoming more popular as the technology is put into more and more phones. And I bought this a couple of years back. It was one of the first ones that offered wireless charging. Very excited about it. But in reality, it's not as great as it sounds. The reason for that is that wireless charging is extremely inefficient and uses a lot of power just in order to actually charge the device. So the 10,000 milliamp hour capacity in this will not even fully charge my iPhone XS. It's great for convenience because you don't need to have a cable with you, but that trade-off of losing so much capacity might not be something you're willing to accept. For me, I use this when I'm just out and about and I don't really want to have cables in my pockets. It's quite useful to just put your phone on top and put it in your pocket, and they'll generally charge okay. But I do also keep a rubber band around it so that I can attach it to my phone and they're less likely to lose connection. USB-A is the most popular. You're most likely to have those cables around, and you definitely want to make sure that it has one of those, and all of these do. The Anker's quite interesting. It has USB-C power delivery and USB-A with their IQ technology. I think this is a great combination, and it's something that Signet has as well. In fact, they have 2 USB-As and 1 USB-C. It's probably going to become more and more prevalent to have USB-C cables. So I would personally buy something with USB-C rather than micro USB and also a USB-A port. Another thing to look out for is the brand. So the brands here are probably the most popular. There's also Rav Power and Morphe, who I would also trust. Generally speaking, Anker, iMuto, Belkin and Signet are probably the ones that I would personally choose, and I've been using Anker for years and years. So definitely try and choose one of the better brands, because I find the ones that are unnamed, you don't actually know which capacity you'll get. I think it's interesting that this is 10,000 milliamp hours, this is 10,000 milliamp hours, and this is 10,000 milliamp hours, and they all sort of weigh practically the same. So I kind of know that the capacity is the same because the batteries weigh the same amount. Interestingly though, this Belkin charger is only 7,400 milliamp hours, and it weighs more than all of these really. So interesting. So either it's the case of the Belkin that's much heavier, or they've just used some other technology inside which is making it a heavier charger. This Anker device is actually, I just want to double check, yes, 20,400 milliamp hours. So the same as the Signet, and they also weigh virtually the same. As you can see, it's quite a bit thicker than the Signet, which makes up for the fact that it's half the width. So you need to think about the shape and size that you're willing to carry with you on a daily basis. I find this is my most popular charger because it's nice and small, fits in your pocket, has that USB-C and USB-A capability, and that's absolutely perfect. I would not carry this around with me on a day-to-day basis. It's far too large. So I think those are the main things I have to share with you. Keep in mind capacity. 10,000 is perfect for a phone. If you're going to be charging a laptop or bigger devices, you need 20,000 plus. Keep in mind your inputs. Are you charging over micro USB or USB-C? If it's USB-C, does it have power delivery? That's an important thing. This iMuto does not have power delivery, for instance. And then keep in mind what the outputs are. Again, USB-C is really useful these days, and make sure it has USB-A, but think about, does it have like this sort of quick Qualcomm chip, quick charge technology? Does it have IQ technology? Is that going to charge your device faster? If you have a modern smartphone, you'll find that if it has something like that, it will charge much faster than it would over a standard USB-A port, so keep that in mind too. Lastly, buy a good brand so that your charger doesn't do anything untoward whilst it's charging your device. Like a brand like Belkin, or as I've said, Anker, Signet, iMuto, Rav Power, Morphe, they're all trustworthy, and try to avoid third parties that have random names that make no sense, because you never know what's inside them and probably aren't trustworthy. I hope you found this video useful, just a bit of advice really. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. I'm more than happy to help. Equally, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. It really helps. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.